All right, you are watching DefenseReview.com. I'm here with Dillon Jennings of DPMS, which is under Remington.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and he's going to talk about this new, very lightweight 308 called the G2, I guess, and just take us through it.
Yeah, absolutely. If I can direct you down here. So if you think about a standard AR-10, which has been around since the 1950s, the technology hasn't changed much. Most guys are very familiar with how it works, the weight, the size of the guns. What we've done in the G2, which launched last year, is basically shrink the entire gun down to 5.56 dimensions. The only thing dimensionally about the firearm that's 308 is the magwell. Everything else is 5.56. So for the guys that customize guns, that like to be able to put their own stuff on there and not have to worry about proprietary parts or additional cost, 5.56 handguards, pistol grips, triggers. I mean, this is the most impactful thing to happen to 308 MSRs since they were invented in the 50s. Now, if we go towards this area here where we've got the bolt and carrier, some of the things that we've done feature-wise to make this more reliable than any other AR is this is the first forged monolithic bolt carrier. What that means, it's one piece. It's cut out of one-piece forging. It's the same outer diameter as a standard 5.56 bolt carrier, so for those that are experienced with 308 bolt carriers, very, very small in comparison. By not having a gas carrier key that you have to stake and screw down, the chances of that failing are just out the window. It can't possibly fail in the gas carrier key. Moving over here, our new bolt carrier lug design makes it much more reliable lockup. We have dual ejectors. The gun will run with one, but by having two, you have that duplicity. It's much less likely to fail. These springs are never under load, basically, and you're never going to see an ejector failure. We're never going to see the gun stop failing due to ejector because it can run with one. It also causes a very reliable ejection process, right? 2 points of contact as opposed to one. You can set a bucket next to this and it'll just keep catching the brass. Next, we'll show you the extractor. Sort of the Achilles heel on 308s and MSRs is the extractor, and that's the material. And generally, they don't stand up very well to long round counts. What we've done through our R&D process is identified a new material that's going to work a lot better. We're not telling anybody what it is. We basically dubbed it unobtainium because we haven't gotten it to break. And then lastly, if you look down here, there's our new extractor spring material. All it is an elastomer button with spring-like tendencies. So it's basically the smallest, weirdest innovation, but it's also it's indestructible. We've tested it to 30,000 dry cycles. We've tested it to negative 60.
What's the main point of that? The main purpose of that?
Well, basically, if you think about every extractor spring ever made, it's a standard conventional spring. Maybe it's got an O-ring, maybe it's got an insert or whatever. Well, this is just made of that material, and we're the first people to ever do it. We have intellectual property on that.
So you don't need a crane O-ring?
No, you don't need any of that stuff. Right. This will work for at least 30,000 rounds. That's as far as we've tested it. So if you take all these things together, right? You take what we've done to the bolt and carrier, you take what we've done to the receivers and made it smaller and more reliable. Like I said before, this is simply the most impactful launch to happen to ARs and 308 MSR specifically since the invention.
Right. And so, with the charging handle, you just got to pull. Maybe if you have one actually in your hand.
Yeah,
you have
here,
a complete
I'll show
gun. So you have to maybe just it's a little maybe longer stroke on the charging handle.
It's only longer in that.
And then a 5.56.
Then a 5.56 by the difference in the magazines. That's it.
Right. Very cool, and it's essentially it's like having a 308 or a 7.62 and a 5.56 package.
Exactly. The people I showed here when we launched it, the first time they pick it up, they think, "Oh, okay, cool, you got a new design for your 5.56." Well, no, this is actually a 308.
All right, let's see. Turn it around real quick. All right, so you see it. I'll lift it up so it's against your shirt. There we go. We can see it better, so it's not getting that yellow glow. And turn it to the other side, please. There we go. See that? Very cool. And you got a nice wide magwell there.
Oh yeah,
nice,
flared magwell makes it a lot easier to insert mags. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, very flared. Very nice. And then on the front here, you've got what? You can mount a can on it.
Yeah, it's a 51 tooth AAC flashlight.
Very cool. And what's this gun going to retail for roughly?
This one goes for $16.99.
$16.99. So I mean, pretty good.
Yes, like I said, it's the best tech and it's the best price.
Wow, very cool. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You are watching DefenseReview.com at the DPMS booth at SHOT Show 2015.